Evan, no matter your opponent in the league or what they're going through, every game is difficult. And yet this one, you guys so seemingly dominated from start to finish. How?
I feel like everyone was just locked in, even with all the trades and everything that went on today. We just came in locked in, ready to play, and we went out there, did our job, and we got to a hot start, I would say, and just kept our foot on the gas.
Several franchise records set tonight. Let me start with the 91 points at halftime. What was it like to be a part of that type of offense?
It was great. I feel like we had great ball movement throughout the whole entire first half, and guys were knocking down 3 balls, making layups, and it was just beautiful basketball.
The other one, 26 made threes, another franchise record. Sam Merril hits the 26 with number 9 for him. For it to be Sam, who struggled a little bit, right? What did that mean?
Yeah, he's been in a little slump, but I mean, he always keeps shooting and always has confidence in his shot. And tonight, he showed why he's one of the best shooters in the league. And I feel like the whole team was locked in tonight. Max, Ty, Don, DG. I hit a few. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like everyone was just really like hyper focused on knocking down their shots. And yeah, we got the record.
Kenny told us before this game that over the past couple of days he's been watching you in the gym and you've worked not just as hard, if not harder, than he's ever seen you work individually this season. That's after you were named an All-Star. Why has that even motivated you even more?
You just want to keep getting better, not stay stagnant. Can't get happy with your success so far, so I always just want to keep striving and keep getting better and better and better. So in the gym, I've been working even harder and trying to keep making more and more steps.
Evan, what was your reaction to Luka getting traded?
I was shocked. I found out this morning. I didn't even know last night. I was asleep and woke up and I'm like, huh? Like, is this real? Like, what? And then ended up being real.
You know, one of the things their GM said before the game is that, you know, part of the allure of AD is what they can now do with 2 bigs, and they specifically pointed to Cleveland, and they said, it works there with Evan and Jarrett, we can try and do something like that. When you see other teams around the NBA trying to copy something that you're doing, like, what goes through your mind? How does that make you feel?
It's good. I mean, at first they said that it wouldn't work initially, and I feel like we figured out a way each year and got better playing with each other, and now it's clearly working. So I feel like a lot of teams are just a copycat league and trying to figure out the new wave of how to play basketball, and that might be the new wave.
Why do you think it's worked so well between you and Jarrett when a lot of people doubted it?
I feel like me improving my outside range has helped a lot, and also I feel like me and him just have a good chemistry and good tandem that works well together on defense and on offense. I feel like we mastered the defensive side really early and we've always been good with that. And now the offensive side is coming along even more with Kenny adding different sets and our spacing and all that. So I feel like both sides are working really well now.
Evan, what do you think the league should expect from LeBron, Luka, and
From LeBron,
LeBron, Luka together?
A good show. I mean, that's cool tandem to see.
Kenny was talking about the flip side, like when you guys having all this stability and continuity. You mentioned ball movement as like one of the products of that. What other things do you guys benefit from by staying together?
Ball movement and body movement. I feel like some of our principles on our cuts and our slashes and also our spacing, when to stay, when to cut, has helped a lot. And I feel like also our chemistry is just growing every game, and guys are knowing each other's tendencies, and I feel like that's why we're at where we're at right now.
How does that stuff show up? Is it like a cut that you know to make without like just a look or something?
A lot of film. We go through film and we talk about it as a team in the film room. Should we cut here? Should we stay here? On certain teams, cut here or not? And I feel like our film sessions are very like cohesive and interactive, like with the players and the coaches. So we just talk through it, and from there we figure out our game plans.
And he talked a little bit about how there was a slight hesitation for your three-point shooting the last couple of games, returning from the injury. Tonight there was no hesitation at all. What was your mindset coming into the game, and was it to get back into the acclimation of shooting more threes?
Yeah, I've been working hard at getting my 3-ball back going, and tonight I just wanted to shoot it with confidence. So every chance I saw and got, I just try to get them up and shoot them with confidence, and they went down tonight.
Defensively?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like a lot of our offense stemmed from our defense. We got a lot of stops early, and they weren't really scoring as much, so we would just go down in transition and get easy buckets. So keeping defense our identity is like our main focus right now, and we got to keep that going.
Thanks, Ed.
That's
Let me pass it away.
Sam, after just being someone who feels like you haven't shot this well for the beginning of your season, to have yourself not only hit a career high, but 9 threes, just what does that say for you, and how does that help your confidence return?
Yeah, I mean, it's nice. Obviously, it feels good to have a great shooting game like that. But just one game, like, it's all about getting into a rhythm. And I feel like there's been multiple times this year where I feel like I'm starting to get into a rhythm, and then I either get hurt or, like, last game I got sick or whatever a couple games ago. Felt like I was starting to get it going. So just, one game, it was fun, but we'll move on in the next one.
Sam, were you aware of the franchise record down the stretch? Were you getting encouragement from the bench about
there was definitely encouragement. I didn't know for sure why everyone was yelling, but I figured that was why. So yeah, I came off that one screen and just decided to fire, and it went in. So that was fun.
What was the celebration like for you after the game when you guys realized that you had set all those records?
Well, I don't even think we talked about it, to be honest. But we've been able to do quite a bit of that this year, and so to add another one to the books is a fun experience.
For someone who prides himself on shooting and has become known as a sharpshooter around the league, how hard is it for you to not be where you want to be for the beginning portion of the season?
There are definitely difficult days, but for the most part, like, I still feel like I'm making an impact for the team. I know people don't want to believe this, but I've been pretty good on the other end, and still know that I bring some value on the offensive end. So yeah, I would love to be making more shots for throughout this stretch of the season, but my goal going into every game is just play with confidence and find a way to play winning basketball, and I feel like I've still been able to do that with the struggles.
Kenny just mentioned that in there today about how your defense is solid. Has that improved, or have you always been that kind of player?
I mean, I've always prided myself on what I do defensively. I've definitely, learned how to. Come on. This is George. George doing that to me. George of all people.
No, we've worked on it together.
I definitely got stronger this offseason. I've always been able to stay in front of guys, but I did have to get stronger in the offseason, and I did that. So I've been able to, battle guys a little more. And again, defense is so much more than just, blocks and steals and stuff like that. It's communication. It's getting through screens. It's obviously staying in front of the ball. Like, I feel like I'm capable at all those things, and I feel like I've shown that, not just the numbers, but I think if you watch the film, like, even against some of the better players, I've been able to get stops.
Sam, offensively, you know what this team is capable of, and I know they were undermanned today, but when you see 91 on the board at halftime, does that still stop you in your tracks?
Oh yeah, I mean, we were at 80 with like 4 minutes left, and I was like, man, let's try to go get 100, right? Like, but those games aren't always easy. Like, I've been a part of games where everyone's out and it's a close game because it's hard to have the right mindset in a game like this. And I mentioned this arena. It's such a credit to the starters to come out and just play the right way and communicate and defend and share the basketball and to get out to that big lead. And then those 3 first bench guys come in and keep doing the same thing, and we all just keep it rolling. So 91 points and a half. I've been a part of some 80s, but 90 is crazy.
Do you feel like your defense also, we've talked about this a couple times this season, it's continuously gotten better, but when your shots aren't falling or when your shots aren't following, do you feel like you're playing harder on defense, in which scenario more, trying to make an impact?
I mean, feel like I play hard no matter what. But there's definitely, like, when the shots aren't going, like, you definitely feel a need to try and be more impactful on that end, and I've had to try and do that this year. So I feel like I've been able to as well.
Sam, you've mentioned when you're not shooting the ball well, you have some tough days. What do you do to get through those?
I mean, it's just we're all human. It's just about keeping things in perspective, like understanding what I've been able to do my whole life as a shooter, and understanding what I've been able to do in my career so far. So it's just we all tend to overreact to things. I say this all the time. Like, it's hard not to overreact to good or bad. So I just try and keep things in perspective. Work on what I feel like is maybe wrong with it. But at the end of the day, understand who I am, what I'm capable of, and always be confident in that.
Thanks, Sam.
Thanks.